boys and girls, it's Miss Lisa with the Wayne County Public Library, and we're here today with another summer reading program book. This one is on endangered species, and this one is called Okapi Loves His Zebra Pants. It is written by Terry Tatchell and illustrated by Ivan Sulima and published by Fieldhouse Press. Okapi loved his zebra pants and wore them every day. He never tried to take them off. He wanted them to stay. He really didn't think that they were zebra pants at all. He called them his okapi legs. They helped to make him tall. But then one day he met a chimp who said, "I know a joke about a zebra's missing pants because the zippers broke." He laughed. "I thought it was a tale, but now I see it's true. You stole those pants and put them on pretending they were you." The chimp was lost in laughter while Okapi peered around and tugged and pulled at his striped legs and then made a chuffing sound. "I would not take a zebra's pants because he'd be too cold. These are my stripes upon my legs since I was 1 day old." Okapi's friend, a Congo gray, could hear them from her tree. She flew straight down, right at the chimp, and screeched, "Oh, wait, I see. You said that thing about his pants to make us notice you and say we like your scary mask and furry chin hair too. Such silly ears that poke right out. You really look a fright. I'd lose that mask before it sticks and scares you in the night." The chimp stood up and touched his head, and then he touched his ears. "I always thought I looked quite nice. I've looked this way for years. It's not a mask, it's my real head." The tears were in his voice. "I know my hair is rough and coarse. I didn't have a choice. This is the way that I was born. I look just like my dad. I merely meant to joke with you, but now I feel quite sad." Okapi smiled and told the chimp, "It's Gray who's teasing you. Your head is nice, as are your ears, and all that chin hair too. See, parents are quite loyal friends. They always have your back. She's quick to come to my defense in case of an attack." The chimp he saw had been quite mean and vowed to be more kind. "I'm sorry that I laughed at you and teased your stripe behind, but jokes aside, you simply must check out the zebra herd. Your legs are the same as theirs. It's really quite absurd." And just like that, the chimp was gone. But what he said was not. Okapi looked back at his legs and thought, "Well, thanks a lot. These legs that once belonged to me feel like they aren't mine now. He says go find a zebra herd. I'm just not quite sure how." Well, Congo Gray saw her dear friend had taken this to heart, so just before they slept that night, she said, "You must be smart and see that Chimp was poking fun because he didn't know a better way to make a friend, so please, just let it go. But if you can't, then rather shift the focus of your mind. Think why you like your gorgeous stripes until your thoughts are kind." That night, Okapi tried to sleep. He tossed and turned a lot, and by the time the sun came up, he thought and thought and thought. Okapi had to learn the truth. He couldn't let it be. The only way to know for sure, he'd go himself and see. He didn't know where zebras lived or if they all wore pants, but what he knew was who to ask: the wee bush elephants. He left right at the crack of dawn and found them without trouble. "My friends, I'm looking for a herd whose bottoms are my double." The elephants all stared a while, then asked, "What do you mean?" He told them what the chimp had said, then shared, "I've never seen a zebra herd or even one to know this if this is true. I hope that you can tell me where I can find just one or two." "Sure, we can tell you where to go, but wish that you would stay. The zebras are beyond the trees. There's danger out that way." Okapi, he was stubborn and had one thing on his mind, and so he thanked those elephants for being nice and kind, and then set right off toward the sun. It's what he had to do. They yelled, "Be careful and watch out for things that might hurt you." Sure enough, their words were true. The journey was alive, with scary creatures everywhere. If only Gray could drive. There was a leopard in a tree. Okapi knew to hide, then did his best to keep downwind beneath a lion pride. He made it through the dangerous spine, with fun stops on the way. He splashed around with hippo friends and cooled off in their spray. The nicest of gorillas said Okapi looked unique, then took him to the jungle's edge. "I'll show you what to seek." She pointed out beyond the trees and said, "I'll stop right here, but if you had just passed that hill, the zebras will be near." Okapi lost his way, but in the end came right. And when he found the zebra herd, he got a nasty fright. Their legs had stripes just like he'd heard, but so much more was true. Stripes covered all the zebras' heads and their backs and bellies too. "My dear friend Gray, why did we come? I didn't need to know. This is much worse than I feared. I think that we should go." But he stayed put and didn't move. He watched the zebra herd, then turned to Gray and shook his head. "This really is absurd. I let that chimp get in my head and make things seem so wrong. My stripes are special, as are theirs. It's been true all along. And now at last I am quite thrilled to see that I'm like the others. Those zebras share my special stripes. They're practically my brothers." As Gray reached down to stroke his cheek, she said, "My dear, that's right. And look out, way beyond them there, a stork whose beak is bright. That vivid red is just the same as my tail feathers are. A red I thought was only mine. It's good we came this far." They spent the day with all new friends, comparing heads and toes, and at the end one thing was clear. Not one was wearing clothes. So I hope you understood and enjoyed Okapi Loves His Zebra Pants. This is a really good book to check out. It tells you more about an endangered species in the back of it as well. We have another summer reading program book today we're going to share with you. It's Naughty Kitty. This one is written and illustrated by Adam Stower. It's published by Orchard Press, which is an imprint of Scholastic. Lily wanted a doggie, but her mom said dogs were too messy, too smelly, and far too much trouble. So she got Lily something else. "Kitty! Roll over. Sit." He was a bit scruffy and no good at tricks, but otherwise he was quite cute. Silly kitty, especially when you tickled his tummy. And Mom was right. He wasn't any trouble at all, at first. But then, just for a moment, Lily left him alone. It was a catastrophe. "Naughty kitty!" What a mess. Lily couldn't understand it. How could you? 8 fish sticks, all the cookies, plums, pickles, Mom's pink party cake, Dad's pork chop, the orange pop, 2 teaspoons, and a dirty sponge. And she just fed him a whole bowl of Kitty Picks. Lily told Kitty to sit still until she finished tidying the kitchen. There was no messing, no mischief, and absolutely no scratching. Oh no! Naughty Kitty! Lily was getting cross. Surely Kitty couldn't cause any more trouble. But by dinner time, things had gone from bad to worse. "It's no good you looking at me like that. You know what you've done. You've been a very naughty kitty all day long. You ruined your cat flap. You upset King Kong. And I still don't know how you stole all my sausages. You made all the beds hairy. And as for Mom's rug, I can't even talk about that. It was revolting. You're nothing but trouble. Just wait till I tell Mom. She'll go bananas." But just then, they heard a long, low growl. There was something in the garden. Something with teeth. Something with claws. Something with stripes. "Bad doggie!" It was Pat, the dog from next door. Lily yelled, "Help!" Kitty yelled, "Meow!" And the bad dog ran away. "Kitty, you saved me!" Perhaps Kitty wasn't so naughty after all. In fact, Lily decided he was completely fantastic, and he deserved a whole box of Kitty Bix, a tummy rub, and a quiet, cozy snuggle on the sofa. So that's just what they did. "Oh, and Kitty, no more mess. What do you think this place is? A zoo?" Possibly.